Welcome back to day two of surviving and thriving in God's kingdom. Today we're going to look at shelter. Don't know about you, whether you like camping or whether you've been camping. Never really been a fan of camping myself. In fact, the only time I went was when I was little, way back in the 70s, possibly the 80s. Tents weren't that good back then. They took forever and a day to put together. And even when they were up, back then they weren't that waterproof. You had to put another layer over the top to make it waterproof. And even then, they used to leak. They weren't very good. So I've never really enjoyed camping myself. But today, Backward Brad is going to show us, hopefully, how to make a shelter. So stay tuned and you might learn how important a shelter is for survival if you ever get lost in the forest. Over to Brad.
Okay, boys and girls, it's week 2 here in the forest with me, Olive Paffer again, and we're here to try and find Backward Brad again. Can you help me? He's just not showing up. I don't know. Backward Brad! Let's do it on 3 again, people. Let's shout for Backward Brad! 1, 2, 3. Backward Brad!
Yeah, it's me again. Backward Brad. Backward Brad. This week, I'm going to be showing everyone how to make shelter. See, here's one I made earlier. Usually, I make them out of sticks and foliage. But this week, because I'm doing it with Oliver and you, boys and girls, I'm going to be using actual tent parts.
Oh, I love building tents.
That's great.
So am I helping?
No,
Don't you need help?
no.
Okay.
So we start, we'll put one piece here to build a frame, and then we'll put the other piece. The wind must have blown it down.
I'm available, I can help. Do you want some help?
No, it's okay.
At least you guys know that I'm available. Do you want some help? No? What are you doing? Where are you going?
I want to get some chips.
What about foliage? What? Chips? Backward? Sorry about that, boys and girls. When I'm the wise we're putting tents up. Well, at least backwards not. So sorry about that, but back to you.
Well, as we've learnt again, Brad isn't that good at building shelters either. But being kind to someone is important. And today I just want to talk a little bit about a lady called Rahab, and she lived in the town of Jericho. Now, Jericho was an evil city, and God had just told Joshua that he was going to give it into the hands of the Israelites. And as we know, they marched around it 7 times and then it falls down. But beforehand, some spies get sent to Jericho, and Rahab meets the spies, even though she's a citizen of Jericho, and she puts them up. She gives them shelter in her house. She hides them, and later she allows them to escape, even though she knows that Jericho is going to be destroyed, and that's why the spies are there. In fact, Rahab and her whole family survive everything that happened to Jericho, because they show kindness. And often when you show kindness to people, it does come back again. That's not why we should be kind. We should be kind to love and care for people. That's what Jesus asks us to do. And so you might not be able to give shelter to someone today, but how can you be kind? Think of a way that you might be able to show kindness to someone today. Showing kindness to others helps us survive and thrive in God's kingdom.